We've always been told that the major mode is a happy mode and the minor mode is the sad mode in music. But I am going to show to you today that the major mode can be the saddest thing in the world if you really listen. Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. I am Fernando, professional cellist and music teacher. And in today's video I am going to show to you how context can change completely the way in which we experience music. Now let's dive into the 4 ways there are, in my opinion, to listen to music. So the first one would be having music as a background. It's what you can have while you are working at home or in a coffee shop or at the shopping mall, or even when you are jogging or exercising. It's something you really do not pay attention to. And it's not important. And although it can have an impact on your body, because music always has an impact on your body, it's something that you do not notice and you do not usually miss when it's not there. The second way to listen to music is actually not listening to music because it's music for films. The music in a film is extremely important. You do not realize it too much, but it's always there, and good composers compose music in a way that makes a film a really good film. If the music is good, the soundtrack is good, you are going to enjoy the film much more. Now, the third way of listening to music is listen actively to music. You can put your headphones on and lie on a couch and they try to listen to all the voices, all the textures, everything that is going on, harmony, structure, form, different movements, tempo, rhythm, all the different parameters that are in a piece of music. It can be a song, it can be a symphony, it can be rap, it can be anything you want, but you are actively listening to it and you want to spend time focused on that. But there is a fourth way of listening to music. You take the third way I've talked about, listening actively to music, and then you add context. Now, context is a very important part in art. But we are so used to be listening to music at no matter the time that we do not pay attention to it anymore. We just go on Spotify, we select our playlist, and then we press play. But when you look for the context in what you are listening to, the experience can be really different. So let's take a couple of examples of what this could mean, listening to music with context. Sound of Silence was composed shortly after J.F. Kennedy's murder. Hello Darkness, my old friend. And in the music there is also people hearing without listening. All that was going around, and then you should listen to the sound of silence. The sound of silence. Another one that is a favorite of mine is Leonard Bernstein's Beethoven's Ninth Symphony at the Christmas concert in 1989. He was playing the Ode to the Joy shortly after Berlin's Wall fall. So imagine, after decades of oppression and Cold War, all of a sudden a country could reunite again. And on stage, you have an orchestra that is actually formed by members of several orchestras from all around Germany. And you play an ode to the joy. The world is finally turning the page of one of its most somber periods in time. So when you think of all that happened during the 20th century, and then you get the ode to the joy, then it's all completely transformed. The first time the choir sings, in the original version, they sing Freude, which means joy in German. But in Bernstein's performance, they sing Freiheit, which means freedom.
Freiheit! 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 Schöner Götterfunke, Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt.
Now let's take it one step further. Listening to music in context, and then listening to the mode. The point of this video is to actually prove that the major mode is not that happy. There are many examples of major mode songs and pieces of music that are extremely sad. One of my all-time favorites is Josh Daniel on The X Factor. Thanks to the producers of this show, we could see the background story for him singing Jealous by Labyrinth. And he was jealous of his best friend that had died and was in a better place than him. He had to stay here and his friend was gone. We always think that sad should be minor, but the fact that it's in major puts a light into it, and it makes it much more painful to listen to.
Tell me all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me.
Another great example of that is Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. It's a very beautiful song in the major mode. You can listen to it passively or even actively, listening to the lyrics. I don't belong here in heaven. Would you call my name if I saw you in heaven? Yeah, you can see the melancholy in the lyrics, but it's not that poignant. But now, think that his son fell from a skyscraper and died. How would you listen to this song now?
'Cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
As a last example of the major mode being extremely sad, I bring to you this excerpt from La Traviata by Giuseppe Verdi. La Traviata is a tragedy. There's this guy from a noble family called Alfredo that falls in love with Violetta, who is a woman from a not very good-looking society, let's say. This excerpt of the opera is from the third act, and Violetta has heard from the doctors that she's dying, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And Alfredo also knows that there's nothing he can do about it. And then they start singing about leaving Paris, spending their lives together so her health can recover. But they both know nothing of that is true. The lyrics are very hopeful, and that is why also the music is very hopeful. The music is in major, but you put the context around it, that she's going to die, that she knows she's dying, that he knows she's dying, and then it's a tragedy. All in the major mode.
Pari Dio cara, noi lasceremo la vita uniti, trascorreremo decorsi affanni, compenso avrai la tua salute rifiorirà e sospiro e luce tu risarai tutto in futuro ne arriverà.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please check out my other video on Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, in which I play the theme from the Ode to Joy with 5 cellos. See you soon!